Good morning. I'm Gianni the Greek coming to you live straight from Las Vegas. It's Saturday, July 20th, and we got a really busy day. It's bright and early. I want to get this out to you as soon as possible. And I've been up, just could not sleep a wink last night. This is actually the second time I'm starting this video because I got the intro going about 5 minutes ago, and I was just bumbling my words. It's like I said, a little insomnia last night, zero sleep at all. Didn't even ruin the hair. Look, from last night, still perfect. Even with putting a hat on this morning, still, I just could not get uh, uh, to sleep at all. You know, got that OCD. Once that mind starts going, forget about it. There's just no chance at all. Unless they're good thoughts. You get bad thoughts in your head, forget about it. And just one of those nights. But we got a big card in UFC action. We got a big Major League Baseball card as well. The boys have come back for the second half of Major League Baseball, and we're prepping for college football and NFL. In fact, I have a bunch of college football futures that I am going to work on and confirm to start releasing to subscribers. Already released 2 college football futures, a lot more coming, as well as NFL. Forgive me a little out of it. Like I said, just so tired. Supposed to even go to the Apex to watch the UFC fights today, but just not going to make it. Just way too tired. It's an early start too at 2:00. So just rather chill at home and watch it than go there and fall asleep. So with that said, let's dive right in. I got a couple Major League Baseball for you. I'm not going to give any MMA action because they put the card up at Wager Talk. It's done really well. And I'm going through the UFC one last time when I finish here and actually got a handful of props and sides that I want to add to that card already. 4% plays in there, 5% play. I think 5-1 this year. Just again, not to tout it, but we're crushing UFC and most notably in MMA. That's the one main promotion that we do the most damage on. We'll pick our spots at Cage Warriors, excuse me, and a little PFL action here and there, even some of the female Invicta fights, but mostly UFC, and that's where we've done the most damage. Now, with that out of the way, I'm going to try to keep this going, and I'm going to share some Major League Baseball for you. And I even got, you know what, I'm going to share some of the soccer that's come in. Let me do that, get that out of the way first. All right. In Norway, Sarpsborg versus SK Brand, Brann. We're going under 3.5 at even money or better. I actually got plus 105 on that just a little bit ago. And then in Serbia Super League, we are taking Mladost Luciani, Lucani, over OFK Belgrade. So we're fading OFK Belgrade at Pick'em minus 130. And also in Russian Premier League, we're taking Dynamo Moscow minus 0.75 up to minus 125 or better against Fakel, Fakel. And yeah, that's it. That's it for soccer. Let me give you some golf matchups real quick. That came in. I didn't release these as premiums, but anybody want to get down on golf, here's some sharp plays for you. 7-3-5-2, Day minus 120, against Johnson. 7-3-3-6, E. Cole minus 170 against Harrington. E. Cole minus 170 against Harrington. 7-3-3-4, S. Burns plus 105. S. Burns plus 105 against Spieth. 7-3-2-4, Cam Young. 7-3-2-4, Cam Young against Thomas. And finally, 7-3-2-2, Manacero plus 120. Manacero plus 120 against Ekro. So there you go. I even have a little 3 to plus 300 for you, and that's for Xander shuffle to finish in the top five, plus 300 in the Open Championship. So we do have some action there. Let me actually see if I could. All right, it's not cooperating on the golf. All right, no problem at all. Hope you guys got those. Now, let me give you some baseball before we get into these questions. Here's how I'm going to do it. Now that I'm doing the steam room and we're getting ready for football, so we're probably going to move it up to a couple times, 2 times a week, to get guys ready for it and go over a lot of the futures and make sure people are ready to manage their bankroll correctly. I know everyone gets excited for football and week 1, but you got to remember those lines have been up for a while now. Most of the value's been extracted by the time we get to kickoff on that first Sunday. So you got to be cautious and take your time. There's a long football season, plenty of time to do damage. You just want to take your time with it. They're not going anywhere. So let me give you some baseball. Let's see if we could do some damage. Oh, I didn't go over results. Sorry. Didn't go over results. Never want to hide those. That's more important than anything. And you can't know how someone's doing unless you have their long-term results. Now, we didn't do much over the last, days, what have you. But where are we year to date? That's what matters to me. We still around that 100, around 110 units. Still at that 25% down range. 25%. We don't adjust unless we go down 50% of starting capital. So we got to be down 200 units to get there because we work with a 20% risk of room. We're going to double our bankroll 8 out of 10 times. We're going to lose it 2 out of 10 times. So far, so good. We've won 8 of the last 9 years using this approach. And I'm confident when all the dust settles, it's going to be 9 out of 10 because you give me 5.5 months and all those sports to go and the negative ROI like I've had, and it's not sustainable. That's why I'm smiling, because I just can't sustain this kind of negative ROI. Let me look over the last 30 days just so you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got a negative like 8% ROI. I can't sustain a positive 8% ROI. That's not possible over a couple thousand bets, let alone a negative 8% ROI when the mean for me has been plus EV. That's how you turn a profit over the last 9 years, where you see most losing bettors, they're going to regress towards the mean, meaning when they're hot or coming off a hot month, hot 2 months, hot season, you expect them to regress towards their mean. If they have negative lifetime earnings, then that's their mean, negative. That's where it's going to go. If someone has positive lifetime earnings, if they're in that 0.5% that actually has positive lifetime earnings and they're at a negative, then you expect them to progress towards the mean of positive. But most recreational bettors do the opposite. They jump on losing bettors even when they're hot, thinking that they're going to sustain that kind of win rate. Even winning bettors can't. And they jump off winning bettors if they go cold, not expecting them to progress towards the mean. So that's the mistakes that a lot of novice sports bettors make, that the ones that buy information. I mean, I buy information. I'm not ashamed to say it. I pay for so many sources and everything, in trading, in long-term investments, in precious metals, in crypto, in sports. There's guys out there with good information. You want at it. So let's get to this baseball, right? Here's what I'm going to give you. Let's start off with a total in Cincinnati, Washington. We're going under 8.5. In fact, that's a 4% play for me. I think that may be the only 4% play in Major League Baseball today. I'm going to give it here for free to you guys because I love you. So go down, smash that like button. I'm going to check and see. Make sure you guys smash it. Then we could keep these 4% going. Because what I'm going to do is like I said, be a little more selective in what I give out on these daily videos, and also choose a couple of the questions, because now I'm working with Minect, and people could contact me and we could talk for 30 minutes if they want. I actually have someone that wants to talk card counting and have him walk them through how to, they know the basics of high-low and they want to know how to break down their bankroll. And we're supposed to hook up that way. So check me out over there at Minect. And of course, over at Wager Talk always. So we're going to go under 8.5. Cincinnati, Washington. Key. They did not post that one at 9 for a key reason. It's a key number. You know that. And it's a telling sign when they post that 8.5. And yet this has been an over series. First series they played earlier this season. Overs in game 1. And yet you don't see the significant adjustment. And that's because of all the steam that's come in on that under. Multiple groups have come in on the under. I like the under as well. So I released it as a 4% play. And then one more total for you before I spit out a sign. And that's the late game, Boston and the Dodgers. And here we bet under 9.5 and under 9. So we were willing to, even though 9.5 is such a strong bet, when the line then closes 9 and you got 9.5, that's like getting plus 3.5 in football. When the line closes 3, you're gold. You're gold. If it closes 2.5, then forget about it. You should be ecstatic. You should kick your feet up, pop open the champagne, and whether you win or lose, you did your job like a OG. And that's the job. Place good bets, good things happen. Place bad bets, you know what's going to happen. You lose the bankroll. Long term, it shows negative results. That's what happens with 99.5% of all sports bettors. Don't fall into that category. If you're going to fall into the 99% category, please do it as entertainment only. Don't waste your hard-earned money. There's so much better shit you could do. Honestly, just that $25 you're going to bet, put it into gold. Put it into start a Roth IRA and just put it into the U.S. stock market, just S&P 500, whatever. Long term, it's going to go up. I mean, as bad as our economy is going to get, the rest of the world is going to get worse. So that's the good thing about the American economy. And put in precious metals, buy some gold, buy some Bitcoin, put some in art, in anything other than giving it to bookmakers. Because if you're gambling, that's exactly what you're going to do. Listen, I did it. Mostly every sharp I know has done it. Oh boy, it's NBA summer action. We are live NBA summer action. I'm giving it to you. Indiana Pacers. Let's go. Indiana Pacers -2, -2.5, -2, -2.5. Let's go. Boom. I like it. All right, now you got free play right there, didn't you? Love you guys. Smash that like, ask the questions. And like I said, I'm going to choose a couple. I'm going to pick a couple that I think may be beneficial, and also from the OGs. The OGs always are going to get first come, first serve as far as the questions go, because I love you guys. There we go. Indiana Pacers. Boom. Oh, let me confirm that I got it. See, I gave it out to subscribers before I even let my guy know that I got him down. Not good. You know that I forgot to confirm plays, and I did it when they were running cold, these groups, and I had to eat it. Ain't that some shit? No lie. After I bet a play like this, you can see I turn it in and I write added. I show the play. I say the amount of money that I got him down at the line, and then I type confirmed real quickly at the bottom of it. And send it. Well, sometimes then another play will come in before I can do this, or I'm sending out a play to subscribers and I'll forget that I didn't confirm. And sometimes it may be 2 or 3 games that I fired at the same time, and then something goes on and I'm working or whatever happens, and then I forget to confirm. And I did it while they were cold, and because I couldn't understand, I had to pay the books like 2 weeks in a row. And the groups I was working with didn't have to pay me as much. And I'm like, wait, this isn't adding up. This isn't making sense. I'm losing a lot more money than I should be. And I know I take this percentage of the account. So I know how much I should have lost based on what you guys lost. How did I lose more? Anyway, after digging through, that's what I've realized, that I missed confirming some plays. I got to eat it. I can't go back and say, yo, I did get this down for you. It lost. Can you give me the 1,200? This one, I got 4,400 for you. Is down. I forgot to confirm it. Can you send me that money as well? It lost. You can't do that. So unfortunately, I got to eat that shit. There's a lot of money. Not crazy, like probably 20 dimes, which it's a lot of money to me. I don't know, maybe not to you, but to me, it's a lot of money. And that stung. So now I take my time a lot more. Okay. So I gave you under Cincy Washington, 4% play. We only bet 0.25 of that. So that's 1% of bankroll. Why? Because we work with 20% risk of ruin. We don't want to go broke. If you overbet your bankroll, your mathematical certainty to go broke. The picks do not matter. It doesn't matter. I could give you 8 out of 10 winners and you're still going to go broke. That's a mathematical certainty. If you overbet that 80% edge, that's just how it is. Your risk of ruin is going to be too high. There's nothing anyone can do about it. Like if someone has a $10,000 bankroll and they're betting $500 a game, they're going broke. Nothing's going to stop that from happening. It's just how long is it going to take? They're betting they're risking 5% of their bankroll per play. We know that the hold is 4.5%. So for them to do that, they have to have a 10% edge on every play. Are you kidding me? Dude, if they could find a 10% edge a week, a month, if they could find a 10% edge a month, they're doing a great job. Like, you're great at what you do. You're great at what you do. So yeah, don't fall for that nonsense. Oh yeah, last play, game two of the doubleheader. We're going to take St. Louis. Yep, we're going to go with the road team, St. Louis at the Atlanta Braves. And yeah, St. Louis will play better in the second half than they did in the first. Obviously, that don't mean it's going to happen early on. But they're another Pythagorean team that should be winning more than they have. Yesterday, I think the baseball that I gave out on Wager Talk today, I know they both lost on the game, but I think we bet first 5 Boston on the money line and run line. I think both those hit. So that kind of washed out the Boston side, but then we lost the Texas bet. Yeah, so starting week, second half of Major League Baseball, we got some action today. And like I said, MMA card. What else did I give them? I gave them soccer. I just gave them a NBA play. Yeah, we're in action, baby. We are in action. And I even had a buyback. I know that pisses people off that I had a buyback in MMA, but listen, I'm not going to gamble. I could easily just not do it. Like, okay, I like a side. I bet side A. It gets a little respect in the market. I'm happy with the side. But then one of the groups that I work with, who I respect most, comes in on the other side. And they get a little bit of respect. When I see that and there's conflicting data or information, I'm not going to roll the dice and gamble. I'm going to get off the bet. I'm not going to try to determine who's going to be right if it's coming from 2+ EV sources. That's crazy. That's like flipping a coin. Why would I ever do that? That's betting from a position of weakness. So I'm going to pay VIG to get it back. I don't care if I got to pay VIG. Like, okay, I put $550 to win 500. I'll put $550 to win 500 here. Okay, I'm going to lose $50 either way on 1,100 worth of action. I don't give a shit. I'd rather lose that 50 than lose the 550. And again, I could just let it ride. And you guys will never, like, I could just leave it in the system and not mention it, buy it back for myself, and not even do it for my subscribers, and they'll never know. And that side could win, and I could look great. But I got to keep it real. And I want my actions to reflect a winning sports bettor. Every action I make needs to reflect that of a winning sports bettor, or else I will not be one. And I urge my subscribers to do the same. You can't fuck around. You can't throw in parlays. You can't bet something for action, because you're not reflecting a winning sports bettor. So you don't deserve to be a winning sports bettor. It's like if you see me eating coffee cake with my coffee this morning, and I'm arguing and I'm saying how a 6-pack, how to get it, and why I don't have it. Like, we know why I don't have it, because I'm not doing the right shit for it. I don't deserve to have it. If I'm sitting here eating cake, how am I going to get the 6-pack? Same thing with sports betting. If I'm sitting here over betting my bankroll, gambling, rolling the dice, over betting my edge, even chasing, how's that any of actions that a wise guy would make? Are those any moves that the winning sports bettor is going to make? Can you picture a wise guy doing that? Of course not. I love you guys. That's why I'm telling you. I promise you, because I got hurt. I lost so much money. My life could have been so much easier from younger. And I don't want to see the young guys getting into sports betting make those mistakes. You could avoid them. Like, you could win. It's possible. It's possible. But you got to do it the right way, dude. Like, all this nonsense with the short-term hot streaks and all that bullshit. like if you're not tired of it by now, how many times do you have to lose your bankroll before you're like, yeah, this isn't going to work? So I say it again, I say it out of love and out of respect, because of you guys. I'm able to do something that I enjoy every single day. And I love doing this, or else I would just be moving steam and doing the investments and the trading that I do. But this for me is fun, sharing all the knowledge and experience that I've gained over the years, and all the mistakes, and hoping that others learn from them and avoid them. Dude, to me, that's I wake up, I live for that shit. So yeah, please, if you're here, help support the show, help support the channel. I want nothing more than like for you to benefit. My goal here isn't to extract anything from you. I don't want you to sign up for anything. I don't need you to sign up for anything. I'm not trying to sell you anything, nothing at all. In fact, I urge you not to sign up with me. I do the opposite. I tell you there's very few people that should be partners with me. And just like there's very few people that should actually be betting seriously. Most should do it for entertainment. They're just not built to win long term. Very few people are built to win, to be traders. It's just how it is. But if you're built for it and you really aren't, then you already know what I'm saying is gospel. It ain't bullshit. You already know that. All right, let's get to the questions. I got to start off with my man. This guy's OG's always going to get priority. Always. Neil Siri, 803, always going to get priority, my friend. So smashing and sharing daily, you, sir. I love it. He says, it's incredible we don't have 100,000 subs. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what I got to do. Maybe I got to just start showing off a little bit. Make a couple big cash bets at the window. Maybe pop a bottle of champagne in the car. I don't know how to, is that what shows a winning sports bettor? What does it? What does it? Should I pull out a Gucci shirt? Sneakers? Like what? A bankroll? Do I show cash? What do I do? Because I see these guys. I saw a guy. I swear to God, I got to bring this up. Please, no one take this personally. I'm not knocking your hustle. And I swear to you on my life, I swear to you, I hope whoever you were, you continue making a shitload of money. I hope you made millions and millions and you continue doing it, and that you do good with that money, that you help people, you give to charity. I pray to God that you continue making money and do the right things with it. I don't know your story, but I actually saw a gentleman. I think it was on TikTok. My girl showed me. He had over 100,000 subscribers. And his keys to being a winner was something along the lines of you have to be smart, and you have to bet only about 5% of your bankroll on your bets. Dude, 5%. You're a mathematical certainty to go broke. Like right there should disqualify you from sharing any kind of betting advice. That alone should disqualify you from, forget claiming to be an expert, but that should disqualify you from even sharing betting advice. You're urging people to go broke. You are teaching them how to lose their money to the bookmaker. You are putting them in a position where, this isn't my opinion. Again, you could fucking hate me. You don't have to like me at all. But this is math. This isn't my opinion. This is factual. You will be in a 90+% risk of ruin betting like that. Mathematically, you will lose your bankroll over 9 out of 10 times. Less than 1 out of 10, you will double it. That's it. Maybe you'll be that lucky guy. Or that first time you do it, it's that lucky 1 in 10 that you double it. But unless you stop betting, you will lose it 9 out of 10 betting like that. I see it all over social media. Neil, it's driving me nuts. Forgive me, bro, for stopping in between your questions. But I listen, allow people to go mess up on their own. That's cool. We all do it. You got to touch the stove to find out you get burned, right? That's okay. My mom told me, my dad told me. I didn't listen. I had to touch it myself to find out the stove was hot, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So you want to go out there and find out on your own, that chasing is going to make you broke. Over betting your bankroll is going to make you broke. Betting negative EV shit's going to make you broke. You want to learn that the hard way? Have at it. Have at it. Have at it. Everyone's right to do that. But dude, you can't be teaching people to do that shit. Like, you can't put yourself as an expert, have all the bells and whistles, all the followers, all that nonsense, showing champagne and cars and bullshit, and this OG life that you're going to get. And I don't know. I know I got to work. I got to be up. Like, it's 8 a.m. bro. I've been up since 5:30. That's the life. If I could have been at Excess nightclub last night till 4 a.m. and come in and do this, you're lost your mind. You've lost your mind. If you think you're going to be a sports bettor and on Friday night you're going to be at Excess, and then Saturday you're going to do this, and Saturday night you're going to go to Excess, and then you may go to the day club as well. Why not? Why not? It's Encore Day Club, right? It's a busy weekend. Let's go to the beach club. That's not the life, unfortunately. It's not the life of any trader of investment markets or sports betting markets. But yet that's somehow television or commercials have put in our heads. That's what shows success, that nonsense. And how in our brains we equate seeing someone with a nice car or spending money with being a successful sports bettor. Like, how those click in our heads is crazy. But obviously it does, because I see the engagement, I see the following, I see these misconceptions continuing to be sent out. Sorry, don't get me on those rants. Nothing pisses me off more. You want to lose your money? Lose your own money. Lose your own money. But don't urge other people to lose theirs. That shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. All right, let's go, Neil Siri. Would it be accurate to say that the more of your groups and traders that align on a play, the more likely you are to increase the rating on that play? Or you just consider that some groups are better than others? Great question. Great question. No. When they line up, Neil, that's when I step up. That's when I step up. Because when there's not resistance to it, then that tells me that I'm on the right side. Like, even with this line adjustment, even with the piggybackers, even sometimes if the public's on it and the line moves and I don't see any take back, any attempt at a middle, any attempt at a scalp, just to limit their own risk. That's what usually happens when the groups line up on the same side. Yeah, those are gold. Those are gold. In fact, there are times where I've considered just only releasing when that's the case. But unfortunately, like, it's not even unfortunate. It's just a lot of times it doesn't happen. Like, there'll be days where it doesn't happen. They're just betting different stuff. Or you'll see sometimes I'll even increase rating. That's because someone came in and on the same play or something along those lines made it even stronger. So I definitely look for confirmation. That's even why I exchange the plays that I get with other movers that move for groups that I don't move for, so we can see, are these guys lining up? Because when they line up, we're gold. Because let me share something with you guys that's going on right now. And you could watch this on your own screens. I'm going to share this with you guys. I may get some blowback for it, but I'm going to share it anyway. Here's what's going on right now. One of the biggest influential groups and bettors is manipulating the baseball betting market. And the way it's being done is by moving the lines early in one direction and then coming back the other way and actually landing on the opposite side. And they're doing a lot of that. They're doing it. They did it in NBA. I talked about it in NBA. They really did it in NBA, and they did it with totals, and they crushed the NBA because so much of those totals were landing right in the middle. And these guys were crushing those middles because they were dummying up a line at 235 and a half. By the time they look back again, it's 239 and a half. Now they're betting the under. That's the real play they wanted anyway. They're ready to go on. They were prepared to go under 236. Now they're getting a 239. So now they're really blasting it. That's what's happening. So any of you guys that like aren't subscribed to me and one are trying to bet like I do, like find EV spots through the market and less through the X's and O's, that's a great way right now to follow line moves, jot down the opening move, look at when the market opens in the morning, the first 2 hours, see how the lines adjust, then check back 4 hours later and see, has there been buybacks? Has there been heavy action the opposite way? Usually side B is the side. Going to just share that right there because Neil Siri, you are the man. All right. Who else should I give one to? All right. Hey, Fabiano. I like the name. I like Fabiano. Good name. Is that Fabio? What's his name? I love that guy too. He's the interpreter at the UFC. Anyway, that's my boy, and I can't believe I just froze. Anyway, Gianni, say an account is winning at a 55% clip with a positive ROI, but working with a smaller bankroll and unit size. $10 bets with 10K bankroll, for example. I love that guy. If that guy's doing that, I love him. I love him. His risk of ruin is so low. If he's got an edge, this guy's never going broke. You know that. He's never going broke. He's going to just print money for the rest of his life from these sports books if he's actually doing that. Will an account with a smaller yearly net profit still be marked as short, just based on the winning percentage, etc.? Thank you. Always, OG. Thank you, Fabiano. Great question. Okay. Here's how sports books label accounts. It has nothing to do with money won or lost. It's just like if you've seen a video that Johnny posted of me getting kicked out of Mandalay Bay. When I went and played blackjack with Kelly and Bobby the bookie. We went to Mandalay Bay. We went to the high limit pit. We were just going to have fun. Kelly bought in, Bobby bought in, I bought in. We start playing blackjack. Within like 5-10 minutes, you know, the same old spiel. They throw me out. Okay, you can't play here. At Mandalay Bay, my history has me down over $44,000. So lifetime at Mandalay Bay playing blackjack, I'm negative. For whatever reason, at that property, we lost. I don't know how many sessions I played or how many hands I played, but for whatever reason, at that property, we're down. They don't care that I'm down. What they care about is that I was placing my biggest bets at a time when I had the edge. I'm going to lose a lot of those. Like I say, bad bets win all the time. Good bets lose all the time. But what they saw was I knew when a good bet was available. And every time a good bet was available, I increased my bet size. Now, in the short term, that may not work out. And down 44,000, that's nothing because we were playing 1x to 10x, 1,000 to 10,000 a hand. So when you're playing, 1,000 to 10,000 a hand and your average bet's probably 2,500, 3,000, being down 40 dimes is nothing. That's 10 hands, 11 hands with a double down or two. So they don't care about what I'm up or down there. They care about my ability to beat them. Now, if you have a $10,000 account and you're betting $10 and you're beating the closing line consistently on your wagers, you will be labeled a sharp because you're betting $10. They don't need to limit you, but your account will be labeled sharp. And there are times your $10 can move the line in a particular sport, on a particular prop. Yeah, that's how it works. It will have nothing to do with you winning or losing money. I know sharp bettors that are like down at a property lifetime. And yet every time they walk into that property and place a bet, the property will move at a point and a half because they know this guy's going to beat the closing line. Long term, he's going to beat us. He just doesn't have a big enough sample size for whatever reason. That's how they label you. And it's by the threat level you are, not by the money won or lost, because they know that that isn't like the way they do it is what they expect you to lose. Like when they give you your rating in a casino, when they rate you for playing blackjack, the way they do it is what you should have lost, not what you lost. So they'll say your average hand times how many hours you played times your edge equals what you are. Like that's how they do it. Your hypothetical losses. That's how they rate you. Like if you're playing a game like blackjack where you're supposed to lose less than 0.5% edge the house has. So you're supposed to lose, let's say, 50 cents on every $100 that you bet. If you bet $10,000, they expect you to have lost. So you're going to lose what, 5 cents? What did we say? 50 cents on every 100, $5 on every 1,000. So you're going to lose $50. Let's say you bet 10,000, they expect you to lose $50. That's what they expect you to lose. That's what you're going to get rated for. Regardless what you won or lost, that's what the computer is going to read to them. That's how the system works. For ratings, for labeling players in the casino, and the sports books work the exact same way. They label you by the threat you pose, not by the damage you've done. Keep that in mind. It's by the threat that you pose, not by the damage you've done, which is why I've shown here live lines moving. Us moving lines. And I'm betting some accounts $500. And we're moving the lines. Again, not because they're afraid of me. They know that this account beats the close. If you beat the close long term, you're going to be profitable. All right. And that's about it. So we went a little longer than I wanted to today, but it's a great Saturday. Going to be back. Oh, Sunday. Nope. I'm doing a steam room tomorrow. So we will not be having one of these. I will be back on Monday, but I will be looking at Saturday's comments and questions. So you guys have a great day. Enjoy the games.